Hey guys, Sandy here, and I have my Citrus Twist kit for the month of December, and it is December 30th, and this is the first time I'm breaking into this kit because I was scrapbooking my December daily, and anytime I had went to that. So here I am, I have this kit, and I was glad to put away some Christmas stuff for a little bit. I went to my 2017 photos, and all I had left was basically Christmas and a couple other little things. So I'm going to use this kit, not doing Christmas. I'm going to be doing these photos of after Christmas. There are Christmas decorations in the background, but honestly, that's not what this layout is going to be about. Last year for Christmas, I got the Disney Lego Cinderella Castle, and I'm going to do a layout about that. I mean, this was intense. Look at all those Lego bags. So let's see what I can do. Okay, so I'm starting off with that American Crafts white cardstock that comes in the kit, and I'm spraying some Heidi Swapp Color Shine that I have in my stash. And I'm spraying it in a couple colors. I'm spraying it in butter, and this butter is a really pretty yellow with a golden shimmer. I'm actually using only one Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I'm also using a Maya Road Mist in Summer Sun Yellow, and it's more orangey. And I'm also using a Glimmer Mist in Denim Blue. Now, Glimmer Mists were the very first mists I ever had, and I thought that they were just amazing. And I used to spray them everywhere, and I would make shiny pages. And I just really, really love it. So pulling them back out was a lot of fun. What I'm doing here is I'm thinking that I'm going to use this tag over here off the cut apart sheet, and I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. And now that I'm looking at it, I thought I had cut it incorrectly, but it's actually the tag is created with two different angles on the edge of the tag. And that frustrated me because I thought I cut it incorrectly, but apparently I did not. Apparently it came that way. So go me. Now I had to go over really quickly and grab my little very old Making Memories trash bin. I keep it right on the corner of my desk, and I had lost it for a moment. So what I'm doing here is just cutting out the paper so that my photos will be able to fit on the whole thing. So it's just over 6 inches. I want to say like 6.5 or maybe 6.25. And I place that down just to make sure that the hearts are facing the correct direction. And my paper is still damp. I haven't dried it. I didn't take the time to dry it. I didn't take the time to let it dry on its own. So there we go. Now, picture position. I actually wanted the picture with all of the bags over on the left. And I wanted the completed castle on the right because we read from left to right, and it makes sense to me that way. However, I thought that it would be easier to cover up a piece of the photo on the bags. And I thought I was going to be using that tag, so that's why I'm placing them this way. So even though it's kind of bothering me that the photos are in the incorrect order, I'm going with it for now. But it's not going to stay that way. I'm just picking through the die cuts. Like, I haven't used anything from any of the kit yet, so I've got like a ton of stuff to be able to pick through and use. So I'm just picking out the things that I think will go great with the page or what I want to add to the page. And I'm thinking I'm going to be building my title down here on this lower right hand corner. It doesn't end up there. Spoiler alert, but I'm thinking it's going to go there. So I've pulled out a bunch of the die cuts that I really like. I think that these die cuts and this paper just really, really coordinated well together. Like, the colors are spot on. I don't even know if it's the same paper. It might be the same paper. I threw away the branding strip. It's probably the same collection. That's why it matches so well. And now I'm just going through the cork pieces to see if there's anything I want to use, and I decide on the circle that says, "Oh, what fun," because honestly, putting together Legos is super fun, like super, super fun. So now I'm just getting the die cuts and stuff out of my way so I can figure out what in the world I am actually doing on this page. I cut that tab in half, and I'm thinking that there needs to be something up at the top, like it's kind of, white backgrounds bother me in a way that no other colors really do. So if there's nothing on any of the edges, it kind of makes me feel like it's just kind of like woo and out there. And I know that that's probably just my own mental block, but it makes me uncomfortable in a way that other colors don't. So it's definitely a mental block. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that same pattern paper and I'm just putting it on the top and the bottom. Now there is a top and a bottom, and it makes me happy. So on the back of the pattern paper is kind of this, oh, what is this? Houndstooth kind of pattern, and I'm just going to layer that up. I want to give a little bit more weight to these two little strips that I've placed at the top and bottom of the page. So I'm going to build, and I decided to build from left to right because my ink goes from right to left if you're going from top to bottom. So I wanted that ink to really to be visible. I didn't want to cover it all up. And this is where I decide, you know what, that tag's not going to go there. I'm going to put this title up here. And I'm just trying to like figure out where things are going and get things layered up and just really messing around with it and moving the little pieces around just to figure out what looks good and where I like it. And I'm still determined to use that tag. However, it doesn't, guys. The tag does not, it doesn't happen. I'm just going through the papers that came into kit to just see what I would like to mat these photos on. And I go with the wood grain. And this is like a honey oak wood grain. And I like the honey oak wood grain with these colors. Like for some reason, it just pops against that navy blue, and I really, really like it. So instead of having these two photos on one big block mat, which is what I normally do, I decided to place them on two separate mats and have a little gap of that floral paper poke through in between the two photos. Now what I do is I grab some scattered straw distress ink, and I'm inking the edge of this little tab that came in the die cuts, just because it kind of gets lost. It just looks weird and kind of gets lost because there is that white edge all the way around it. It's the only thing I ink. I don't ink the edges of anything else. It's just that one little tab wasn't working for me. So I'm going to put that there, and I pull out these words, and these came in the kit last month, and I really didn't use a lot of them. But I thought, you know what? I can use some of these in this month's. And I just have to trim the edges because I want it to cover up the white space on the tab. I don't want it to cover up the entire tab. Like I want the words to actually be on the tab. And I'm happy with how it turns out. So I'm like, yes, there we go. Got that one guy done. And then I think to myself, you know what? This white die cut is going to get lost on this white background because I'm not putting it where the ink is. I'm putting it on the white part. So I grabbed that same distress ink in scattered straw, and I just go ahead and ink it up. And I'm kind of like smushing it and twisting it. Some parts I twist a little bit too much, and I tear and bend the die cut in a way that really shouldn't have been done, but I'm happy with the results. It's pretty even coverage, so it makes me happy. And I just go ahead and lay that down right up there. And I'm just trying to figure out where I want these things to go. And these little half circle words where part of it is white and part of it has a color with a saying, I really like these. I really wish that they made it so that the color could be on top as well, because that would have been perfect for me.
because I don't end up using that circle on this layout. And I pull out the die cut card just to take a peek because I want to put a little flower above where story is, because there's a bunch of there's like a bunch of trap space right there. So what I do, because I don't want to cut the piece of paper that I have off to the side because that is going to be for another layout, I go up underneath of the photo and just cut out one teeny little flower. And then I eventually add some adhesive back on there so that it stays stuck down. And I just do a little fussy cutting, and it's almost awkward because it's the only place where I have anything cut out. Like, I don't cut out another flower for the other cluster. I just don't do it. It's only this one little flower in this one little place under story. And that's just the way it ends up. So I'm going to pair the flower with this little enamel heart that came in the kit, and I just need to add a little bit of more adhesive to some of the word, just because it was you know, it was popping up a little bit. I'm figuring out the spacing because I want this die cut that says it's all in the details on my page as well, because it really is. And the Lego sets were amazing. Like, it was amazing how many pieces and little bits and bobs went in to make the Cinderella castle. It just was really cool. It was really cool how they did it. You know, when you have big sets like this, Lego will, of course, make new pieces for that particular set. Like, there are definitely pieces that or nowhere else, so they made them for this set. But there's also a ton of pieces that are in a ton of Lego sets, and that how it can come together into one big, huge, cool Lego set just kind of blows my mind. But we're a big Lego family, so if you think that me nerding out over Legos is really just kind of creepy or weird, just ignore it. Just ignore everything I just said about Legos and look at the pretty papers. Okay, so I've pulled out these puffy stickers, and they're from the Carousel collection from Maggie Holmes, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. So I'm going with these puffy stickers that say this, and it's going to be this story. So obviously I have to journal on this page because story is in my title. And then I like the little cork circle here. Now I pulled that cork arrow from my stash, and the flowers are pop dotted on some foam squares, and I wish I remember where I got these foam squares from. They're like a thick foam square, so they're thicker than what I'm used to. They're thicker than my usual. But the thing is I don't remember what my usual one is, and I don't remember where I got these. So I'm in a bit of a conundrum because I'm just not sure. Like, I really just don't even know where to begin with that. So I'm looking at the cut apart sheet, and I'm trying to figure out if there's anything on here that I can cut out. And I decide to cut out the hexagon that says magical. It has a big M on it. And that works for me because a lot of Disney themed and generic Disney scrapbooking supplies have large M's, and they also say magic or magical. And since I am scrapbooking a Disney Lego set, it totally works. Now I decided to cut the tag down just to see if I could use each of those different kind of like color blocked pieces on the layout instead of as a full tag. And I mess around with it, and I think I'm going to go for it, but in the end I don't. I end up using those pieces on a completely different layout. Here I am using those big, huge pop dots again. I mean, and they are thick. And I'm just trying to figure out if these little bits and pieces that I'm adding, if these little bits and pieces are actually helping or hurting the look of the page. And I'm thinking that my journaling is going to go there. And when I rub my fingers across the page like that, like I can see the journaling, like I can see it there if my finger goes across the page like as journaling lines. It just helps me visualize it. So I decide to put the magical hexagon down here on the bottom right, and I just go ahead and put one of these little banner tabs up here over top of the photo. And I'm using this curlicue puffy sticker, and I'm going to trim it so that it can tuck underneath of the flowers and then come out on the other side. So that trick isn't just for paper, guys. It's for all kinds of stuff. It even works on puffy stickers. So here I am. I'm adding another arrow. I'm just adding a bunch of fun little things in this bottom right cluster. And I decide to cut off the speech bubble pointy thing out of the speech bubble that says epic stuff. And I'm just going through and picking out some of these little epoxy enamel stickers and placing them on the page. And I'm thinking it still needs something, but I'm not exactly sure what. So I decide to bring the same type of sticker that I have up at the top in the word this, and bring down the word love down here to the bottom. And it's the same type of style, even though the love is completely white and this is in multiple colors. Alright, so I'm just placing a couple more of these stars down here, and these came in the kit as well. And just adding some adhesive under the bits that really didn't have a lot of adhesive. And I'm thinking something's got to go there, but I'm not exactly sure what. So I'm just taking a gander at all of my supplies, and I decide to go with a little heart. Like, you can't go wrong with a little heart. Hearts and stars. Like, they could go on every single page. Take my Spectrum Noir glimmer, shimmer, glitter. I'm not exactly sure what that even really is, but it colors out glitter. And I'm just filling in the inside of the flowers there. And I really like that little teeny bit of shimmer. I really enjoy what it looks like. Right, and then I do my thing where I press things down. Now I got the Chamel sticker book for Christmas, so I'm just flipping through and seeing if there's anything I want to add from that sticker book to this layout. And I end up adding two things, I believe. One is an arrow sticker that says "Oh So Cool," and one is a little word phrase sticker that says "Today Rocks." And that is they're both in a wooden oak finish, but it's more of a brown oak instead of a honey oak. But I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay that it's not the exact same oak. And I'm just doing one quick flip through just to make sure that there's nothing I feel like I'm missing, because I hate to miss out. Now I'm just going to do my journaling, And it says, I'd asked for this castle as soon as I had heard about it. Christopher was sneaky and led me to believe it was out of stock everywhere. I had so much fun building this set all by myself. It was so awesome. And it really was. And it was great having your kids walk over and you just look at them and go, no. Because I am that selfish woman that put a Lego castle together by herself. All right, and that's going to wrap up this page. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have the companion page to this up shortly, where I scrapbook the rest of the photos, and it is a companion page, a coordinating page. It's not a spread. So check out the photos. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. And I will see you guys soon. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you hit the bell, you'll get notices every time I put out a new video. And hit the like if you liked it. If you want to chat, just leave me a comment. Talk to you soon.